Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Let me know if you can hear me. Just give me the thumbs up if you can hear me. Good evening, Global Man. Good evening, Web3 Boy. Good evening, Luki. Good evening, everyone on the space. Let me reserve the special greeting for our special guest this evening. So I'm going to give her a special greeting when the introduction is done. Welcome to today's space. Today's space is going to take some little difference from what we have normally in Web3, and in a while from now, a short moment from now, we're going to be explaining why that is. So for this evening, we're going to be having a space in partnership with Thinkation2026 as they prepare to host one of the biggest conferences we are going to have in early 2026. I'm going to reserve some of the nitty gritties and the details concerning that.
Yeah, good evening, GM, everyone. Welcome to Cocoon Space with Thinkation 2026. As my host has said, we'll be starting very soon, so everybody should sit tight. And special shout out to our guest. Welcome to a more formal introduction when we are starting.
All right, thank you very much, Global Man. While we wait for others to troop in, please do well to retweet this space. To you, Mom.
Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. I don't take this for granted. I celebrate the team, I celebrate what you do, and all the ways you create impact. Well done. And I also send a shout out to everyone on this space right now. Thank you for joining in. Please invite as many people as you can to be part of this program tonight. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much, Mom. That is a very, very vibrant opening speech, if I'm going to call it that. Yeah, thank you very much. For the Web3 folks in the house, let me do this. GM guys, and welcome to the show today. Just so we have a good understanding of why we are gathered here this evening. It is difficult for a man to move without purpose, and for a man to move with purpose, that means the man must understand what he is, and for a man to understand what he is, that means the man must be able to think, and not only thinking but thinking in the right direction. And it has been one of the core goals of the Ubong Kings Foundation to help Nigerian youth think in the right direction. Hence the name Thinkation. Thinkation has been alive and doing well since the year 2018. It has been one of the good initiatives of the Ubon Kings Foundation. Yes, thank
Yes,
you
thank
much.
you much.
Sorry,
Sorry,
please.
please.
Please let's
Please,
have
let's
our
have our
mic
mic.
so we don't get feedback. Thank you very much. So if you're joining us here this evening, we are not going to be shilling an alpha related to Web3 for now. For now, we're going to be guiding your minds in the right direction. So even as we are here in the space blessed with knowledge of digital assets, that's cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and all of the likes, you still need to know what to think, how to think, and what to think at the right time. So if you're here this evening, you are blessed to be here. Please stay tuned till the end of the show. Invite people in by retweeting this space. I'm going to give the moment to my co-host, Global Man. He's going to say a few things, and then we're going to get the show started.
All right, GM, everyone. Thank you all for joining. I've seen a lot of um, Web3 big names in space. Thank you all for honoring our invite. We're still expecting more people. So, I would love us to get straight to it. I know that there are many questions. Someone asked me today in my DM what Thinkation was about, and I told the person to come to the space, bring your questions so that you can hear directly from the source. All right. So, like to know, as a co-founder of the Ubong King Foundation, um, you can share a bit about what the Ubong King Foundation is about, so that everybody has knowledge about why we are here and why we want to host Thinkation 2026 and what to expect.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. Thank you, everyone on the space. The Ubong King Foundation is a non-profit, and it was founded to advance youth empowerment, leadership, and enterprise across Africa and globally, inspired by the vision of Dr. Ubong Thompson King. I don't like to put the word late in his name because his spirit lives on and his vision is very much alive. So at the foundation, we fuse thinking and education. Is a creative major of the two words, thinking and education. So that's how we have Thinkation. And its aim is to tackle unemployment. If anybody here was familiar with Ubong King, he often used to say that hunger is the gift of God to man. And it's quite ironic because it will make you wonder, why would somebody say that hunger that is very uncomfortable is God's gift to man? The idea behind that is that when you are hungry, you will go all out to look for food. It's either that or you starve. So hunger actually pushes you to want to make provision available. So Thinkation is a creative major of these two. And it also aims to tackle the issue of poverty by giving young people practical skills, networks, and opportunities. And our flagship event at the Ubong King Foundation is Thinkation. And this platform has convened thousands of people over the years. We've done 8 successful editions. And even after Ubong King passed on in December 2020, that didn't stop us. By 2021, we had the memorial edition, and it was still impactful, even though a lot of us had to speak with tears in our hearts and all. And beyond the summit, we usually have master classes, we have mentorship clinics, and we have the under 17 grassroots football competition that Ubong King started sponsoring to discover talent at the grassroots level. And at the event itself, we have the Market Square platform. That's an opportunity for SMEs to come and showcase what they have. So since 2018, our initiatives have directly and indirectly impacted over 50,000 young people across Nigeria and the continent. And we work in partnership with organizations and individuals who would want to partner with us, private sector, civil society. And as a foundation, we are anchored on integrity, service, and excellence, and we help young Africans think boldly, build sustainably, and lead ethically. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Absolute legend. That is a very, very beautiful response to the question. I think everybody has a good idea of what the Ubon King Foundation does and what Thinkation is. Well, I think I have a little question here, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. So, is there a particular event? I mean, I know there are times when something happens and
Mhm.
an idea comes to your mind. I should do this or I should do that. Was there a particular event? I mean, you probably have answered this question a number of times, but for the sake of people here, could you tell us if there was a particular event that led the Ubon Kings Foundation to start this particular conference, Thinkation?
Okay, thank you very much. And you are very right. I've had to answer this question many times. But every time I do, it still stirs something really deep within me. The Ubong King Foundation was born out of a genuine, I would say, an almost contagious passion for people, especially for young people. Ubong King was a man who understood what it meant to start from nothing. His story is out there. If you go to his YouTube channel, you can get a lot of those videos. So it's nothing hidden. God raised him from very humble beginnings, from what the Bible describes as the dunghills of life to a place of influence and impact. Because of where he came from, he carried a burning desire. He wanted to help other people rise as well. He wanted young people to believe that anything conceivable is achievable, that they could build, that they could lead and become even more than their circumstances suggested. There's this scripture that says, do not let anybody despise you because you're young. He believed absolutely that the fact that you're young doesn't mean that you cannot create, that you cannot make wealth. So I saw that passion firsthand. I didn't see it as an outsider. I saw it as his wife in our home, in his conversations, in the way he would stop everything just to mentor one young person. He didn't, if any young person, I'm sure a lot of people will attest to that. He made himself so accessible to young people. Anyone who reached out to him, who did not abuse that access. He made himself available. So it wasn't just a performance for him, it was purpose. So when the idea of the Ubong King Foundation came, it wasn't about charity, it was about legacy. It was about building a system that would outlive us, one that would continue to inspire and equip generations long after we are gone. So for him, Thinkation became the perfect platform. It was a space where thought could meet with action, where mindsets could be re-engineered, and where the youth could find both direction and fire. And after his passing, I knew in my spirit that this vision couldn't end with him. I decided to carry it forward, not just as a tribute to his memory, but as a continuation of our shared mission as a husband and wife to transform lives, to spark beliefs, and to prove that greatness can rise from anywhere. That was what started it, and that's what still drives us till today. Thank you.
Thank you very, very, very much, ma'am.
Yeah.
My co-host, Global Man, can you say anything?
All right. It's been a very enlightening time. So before I go on, I just want to make a little announcement for people that are here with us. If you have questions and you're not on the speaker role, you can just drop them in the comment section and we will still attend to some of them.
As long as
All
they're
right.
not jam
So for me,
questions.
if there are questions where the details are already on the flyer and we have already talked about them,
Exactly.
don't ask
Yeah.
again. All right. So I would ask that over time you've done this Ubong King Foundation. There's been some
Mm-hmm.
experience, and from that experience, I would ask what percentage of young people in Nigeria would you say think productively?
Okay, that is an interesting question, and it's quite it's a funny but sobering truth. And if you are honest, I would say that about 15 to 25% of young Nigerians are truly thinking productively. This means that they are innovating, they are building, or they are turning ideas into something tangible. The rest are thinking about surviving, not creating solutions. It's really sad. The statistics are sad. It's not because they are lazy. It's because our environment often rewards shortcuts over systems. They reward noise over strategy. So let's look at the data that I had to dig up. 93% of Nigerian youth say they intend to start or run a business, but fewer than 45% ever actually do. And an even smaller number sustain or scale these ventures. And I got this from the African Youth Survey of 2024 and Business Day report. So there's a gap between aspiration and execution. We dream, but we often lack the structure, we lack the mentorship, we lack the enabling systems to make these dreams work. So, thinking productively means asking some questions. And questions like, what problem am I solving? How can I create values sustainably? Who can I collaborate with to grow this idea? Those are the kind of questions that lead to productive answers. So if we can move even 10% more young Nigerians from wishful thinking to productive action, the ripple effect will transform this economy. And that's what Thinkation has been doing for 8 years, turning mindset into movement, turning dreams into disciplines, and turning youth energy into enterprise. So yes, many young Nigerians want to succeed, but only a focused few are actually thinking productively enough to lead the future. So we need to raise that number one mind at a time. One mind at a time. So our job is to bridge that gap from wishful thinking to purposeful doing. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. You have answered these questions excellently. Even though I have a habit of having follow-up questions, and from your
Okay.
response, I have one little question here. You
Okay.
said most Nigerians have the mindset of surviving, and
Yeah.
I mean, according to IMF data, it ranks
Mm-hmm.
Nigeria as the 12th poorest country in the world. Do you think
Ouch.
that do you think that the
Mm.
poverty rate in Nigeria is what drives some of the youth
Mm-hmm.
towards that survival mentality? Let me just do anything to survive. And if
Mm.
so, I mean, is there what do you think could be done to help these youths at the time?
Okay, thank you. Absolutely. I will say that poverty does not just empty pockets, it empties possibilities because it changes the way people think. When survival becomes your daily prayer point, strategy will feel like a luxury. So a lot of young Nigerians are not lazy or they are not unambitious. They are simply tired, tired of systems that make survival a full-time job. So yes, poverty affects how young people think. It could push many into short-term survival thinking instead of long-term greatness thinking. So you see, when a young person wakes up every morning wondering how to afford transport, data, I know that there are so many people that would have wanted to be on this space. For instance, they don't have the data to come online to join. So that's one example. So when a young person wakes up thinking of all these things, food or even food, it's difficult for them to think just beyond the next meal. And that's why I often say that poverty doesn't just steal wealth, it steals dreams. But this is the paradox to this. Hardship can also awaken innovation. Some of the most creative young Nigerians are those who turn scarcity into strategy. There are people who build tech startups from internet cafes or content creators. We see a large number of them online, too numerous to mention, who started with nothing but a borrowed phone and determination. So the real difference here is mindset. You can always control your environment, but you can't always control your environment. That might be tough, but you can control your interpretation of it. So poverty may limit your options, but please take note of this. Poverty may limit your options, but your mindset is what determines your outcome. So that's exactly why Thinkation exists, to retrain the mind. The vision of my late husband, Ubong King, what he had was to raise a generation that doesn't see poverty as identity, but as a problem to be solved. So we are helping young people move from survival mode to solution mode, from hustling to building, from reaction to creation. Because until the mind is free, really, the body will keep repeating cycles. So the real poverty we must fight is the one in our thinking. Thank you.
Man, that's an excellent response to that question. I mean, I already picked up my notepad and was already jotting some things, and these are the kind of conversations I like to have, and it is really really mind expanding. I think my host Global Man will have a thing or two to say before we proceed.
Okay.
For everybody joining in, I see you all. I see some of the big names in the Web3 space. I see David Zoe. I see Vida Forex, Brenry. I see EK Billions. I see Mr. Lowell. I see Lucky and some others too numerous to mention. I appreciate you all for coming in this evening, and I believe you're having your time's worth. I believe we are not wasting your time, but we are giving you value for your time. Please do well to come up if you have a question or two. Towards the end of the space, you're going to have room to ask your questions or at least say a thing or two. But for now, I'll give the floor to my co-host, Global Man, to say something.
All right. GM, everyone. GM to all my big bosses in the house. I've seen a lot of big names join. Mr. Lowell, Boss David Zoe. Thank you so much. I might not call everybody. I've seen Uncle Phil, OAP, DeFi Boss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Code with Me Day is here. Our Solana boss, welcome. All right. So since we have a lot of tech Web3 people here, I think that would also influence this question I want to ask. For the team of Thinkation 2026 is Reinvent the Future. Soma, how would you define reinventing the future in this fast-paced world of technology right now?
Okay. Thank you very much. I love to describe myself as a greenhorn in the area of tech, but I'm somebody who believes that learning is lifelong. So I'm always learning, trying to get better, trying to up my knowledge game. So when we say reinvent the future in terms of the fast-paced world of technology, we are not just talking about predicting what's next. We are talking about creating it. In this fast-paced, tech-driven world, the future is no longer something we wait for. It's something that we intentionally design. So reinvention means unlearning outdated ways of thinking and retooling our minds to thrive in a world that's constantly evolving. I remember when my husband was here, when the children join a particular platform that we are not really conversant with, both of us will run to that platform and join, and we'll start learning all the things that we need to learn. That's how we went around all the platforms, and it really helped us. So reinvention, like I said, means unlearning outdated ways of thinking. And today, technology is rewriting the rules of business. It's rewriting education. There are people that stay in their homes in Nigeria and they are going to school in Harvard, for instance, and even relationships. AI, automation, digital transformation is changing everything. But the real reinvention isn't happening in our devices. Let's take note. It's happening in our mindsets. It's happening in our mindsets. So the people who will shape the next decade are not only those who simply adapt to change, but they are those who anticipate it, who harness it and humanize it. So to reinvent the future, what it means, the thinking behind this theme for Thinkation 2026 means, for instance, to move from being a consumer to a creator, to move from waiting for opportunities to building opportunities, from complaining about the system to coding a new one. So that's the heartbeat of Thinkation 2026, the homecoming. It's a call for young Africans, not just Nigeria alone, not just Africa alone. We have people who come from all over to participate, whether virtually or they participate physically. So it's a call for every young African and globally to for people to stop outsourcing their destiny, for them to take ownership of the future intellectually, technologically, and economically. So as Ubong King used to say, the future doesn't respond to wishes. It responds to work. So reinventing the future is about putting in that work, the kind that blends innovation with integrity and faith with functionality. So that's what informed that topic, reinventing the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. As a matter of fact,
You're welcome.
from your last 2 minutes of speaking, I have taken like three different notes. It reminds me of one quote my professor in school likes using. He says, "The illiterate of the next century will not be those who cannot read or write; it will be those who
Mm-hmm.
cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn." And
Yeah.
when you said reinventing does not necessarily mean building new things, it means unlearning the outdated ways of thinking. It just brought the memory
Mm-hmm.
back to my yes.
Yeah.
So yeah. I have a little question here. I know you said you're a greenhorn in the tech space and all, and
Yes, so
yeah. No,
I'm
I
a
know. No,
learner.
this question, I'm sure the crypto guys, the Web3 guys here are going to be happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think for the next generation, let me not say generation, in the
Mm-hmm.
near future, do you think traditional assets would be bigger than digital assets, or digital assets would be bigger than traditional assets? No judgment here. Whatever you say, not financial
Okay.
advice as well.
All right. This one really challenged my thinking. It's an interesting question. I really had to think about this one because for those of us who were born in the mid 70s, I'm sure I have a lot of young people here. I was born in the mid 70s, and for those of us who do not have a parochial mindset, people that are ready to upgrade their minds with the time, we have had to take our time, to catch up with evolving technology because it doesn't come naturally to us. For instance, my children, especially my last born, they can play with technology as if it's water. It doesn't take them anything. But for me, I have to take extra time to understand it, for instance. So I think that in the future, both digital and traditional assets will be big, but it's going to be in very different ways. I know I have techies here, and honestly, I'm open to correction if I'm wrong, but this is my thinking. I think that digital assets will drive the future while traditional assets will anchor it. So digital assets, things like cryptocurrencies that you've mentioned, NFTs, digital real estate, stocks, intellectual property, all these things are already reshaping how we understand ownership and value. It's just as AI, blockchain, and metaverse evolve, digital assets will dominate the new economy, especially among younger tech-savvy generations. So they are borderless. They are borderless. They are fast and constantly reinventing themselves. But digital assets also depend on trust. It depends on infrastructure and it depends on regulation, all of which are still developing in many parts of the world, including Nigeria. And that is where the traditional assets come in. Land, gold, buildings, and businesses will remain the backbone of real world stability. So people will always need tangible security, something you can see, something you can touch and build upon. And in emerging economies like ours, traditional assets will still carry deep symbolic and generational value. So the future isn't just about choosing between one or the other. I think for me, I think it's about integration of both. Digital assets will open up new frontiers of wealth creation, while the traditional assets will preserve and stabilize that wealth. So those who will thrive in the next decade are the ones who can breach both walls, using digital assets to create value and traditional assets to sustain it. Because honestly, the future belongs to those who understand that digital assets are not replacing real value. They are just repackaging it. And that the future isn't about choosing sites, it's about connecting systems. And a tokenized house, for instance, is tomorrow's real estate. A smart bond is tomorrow's capital market. So traditional gives confidence, digital gives reach. Imagine the combination of both. It will be explosive. So, in short, in summary, for me, digital assets will design the future, but traditional assets will give it roots. You know, like we say, we give our children roots and then permit them, give them the wings to fly. So that's what I'll use as an analogy for this. Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, I'm mind blown. I'm telling you the truth. You're speaking like someone who has onboarded people to Web3 already. The truth, yeah, the truth. I mean, like these were real nuggets here, and everything you said, I can't doubt any one of them. It's all about the mindset, and
Yeah,
speaking from experience, you have rightly stated that this is not a fight between traditional and digital. The
at
real
all.
the real successful people will be people who understand these things and what to do with each of these things at certain times. When you're able to
Yeah.
bring both of them together, you're going to build something massive, and it all starts from the mind, like we said.
Mm-hmm.
And linking it back, it starts from how you think. Hence, what we have, thinkation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much, ma'am.
You're
We have
welcome.
a lot of people in the space already, and some people have their hands raised. I believe they have questions. I saw Ike Billions with his hand up. We also have some other big guys in the Web3 space who will be given opportunity to speak as well. But for now, let's take one question from one member here. Is he still here? Yeah, Ike Billions, please go ahead. I saw your hand up. Do you still have a question?
Good evening, everyone. Good to be here on Spaces.
Good evening.
I do have a question. Good evening, Mrs. Onyume.
Hi.
Thank you very much. Very awesome space. Very awesome
Thank you.
contributions. Uh, I did not have a question. I wanted to contribute to the last question that was asked
Okay.
about will traditional finance and digital assets, where it has its place in the future. And I wanted to give a brief addition to what you said, just supporting what you said,
Okay.
really. I, I happen to work with some companies I can't talk about publicly, and we're literally looking at creating CBDCs for some countries. And last month we were in El Salvador. The previous, I think, 3 months ago, we were in Argentina, and essentially most of the countries in the European and the Americas are looking at CBDCs.
Okay.
And the basic way that you're looking to have CBDCs, which is central bank of digital currencies,
Mm-hmm.
is to have that as a backbone for their fiat currencies. The same way the US and Spain uses gold as a hedge for their currency. So, like you said, the fiat currencies are going to be a backbone, while digital currency will be on the forefront. Where we're going to, with our projections, is that in the coming years, most of the things that we do will be done with cryptocurrency,
Mm.
right? Things will be done with Bitcoin, it will be done with Doges. but it would not replace the traditional finance. Like you said, rightly said, actually, the trad fee would be the main backbone, while these ones would just be in the forefront, because why? They are faster, they are more secure, they can carry more weight, they're more safe. So they will be on the forefront doing the transaction. You can buy a car with Bitcoin, buy your land with Bitcoin, you can sell your lands digitally with Bitcoin, whatever you want to do. But they will all still be on the backbone of the fiat currencies. I wanted to just add that up to what you said. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, K Billions, for your contribution as well. We have two hands up at the moment. I don't know if I should go by alphabetical order, or I don't know who puts his hand up first. But I'm going to take Alhaji Ace first, and then we're going to have David Zoe. So please, I think we have limited time here, so I'm not rushing you, please, but we just want everybody to take just like 1 or 2 minutes to say what they have to say. Thank you very much.
Global man, how you doing? GM. You don't have to even give me.
GM
Let me
boss.
quickly just drop this because I almost came in late. Thank you so much for the speaker.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much. I learned from you, ma. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
every one of you who organized this. See, let me quickly chip in before the space gets robbed. We are in the future already. This is the future. Yeah, so you want to take
Yeah,
all that
sure.
you learned today and make use of them. I'm also speaking to myself too, because this type of knowledge are very essential. Thank you so much. I just let me give my thanks and yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Alhaji Ace. Thank you very much for saying a word or two. I see other people down here, and I promise you, not everybody, but most people will get a chance to speak. So yeah, I'm going to take David Zoe now.
GM, everyone, can you hear me clear, please?
Yeah, GM
GM.
sir, we can hear you.
Yeah.
So just want to thank the Cocoon for making this amazing, and I'm happy to be here. And also, thank you so much, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you. Like you're amazing. Like the question they threw to you, like I was sick. Let me see how she's gonna answer that question, right? And of course, you did. Of course, you did 100% justice to it. All right. So I have a
Thank you.
question. Before I go to the question, I would just want to just use 5 seconds to talk about what you mentioned about the trad finance, right, and the digital finance. You are correct. We cannot do without, and we will never do without traditional finance. For example, we are in the future now of real world asset. I got a call last 2 weeks about a mine in Nigeria that they mine gold and lithium. All right. So they want to tokenize it so that instead of getting shares via stockbrokers, can get the shares via the blockchain asset, crypto, and the rest. Now, if there is no real mine to mine the lithium and the gold, they cannot be tokenized assets. You get so, which means when we say finance, most of us think about yours maybe cryptocurrencies and the rest. No, finance is a general word, right? Like agriculture, right? These are finances, different kind of different fields, right? Different fields. So thank you so much for making justice to that. And also want to ask the question, which is, why did the foundation decide to bring Thinkation2026 to the land of promise? So that's my question.
Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you too for educating me, because I also, as much as I'm speaking, I'm also open to learning from other people in this space. So thank you, because I just learned. Okay, so why the foundation decided to bring Thinkation 2026 to the land of promise, of course, Akwa Ibom State, is more than a decision. It's a fulfillment of a dream that has been long in the making. It was always Ubong King's vision for Thinkation to move from state to state across Nigeria and eventually beyond. In fact, before he passed in 2020, he had already started making plans to bring Thinkation to Akwa Ibom. So hosting the 2026 edition in Uyo isn't just symbolic for us at the foundation. It's the realization of a dream that he carried deeply in his heart. So it means a lot. So this edition, which we have tagged the homecoming, holds special significance because Akwa Ibom State isn't just his home state and mine. It's a place where his impact began long before Thinkation. Many years ago, for instance, we hosted an event in Uyo, which we called Kingsmen. I think it was 2015 or 2013 or thereabouts. And it was nothing short of phenomenal, that event. So through that platform and countless other mentorship sessions that he has had, Ubong King became a coach and a mentor, especially to the student community in Uyo initially, and it later on cascaded to national because we had then the president of NANS at the time. He was mentoring them. I remember when they were burning down the xenophobic attacks, and students were planning to burn down South African owned businesses in Nigeria. He was one of the people that the Nigerian South African chambers designated to speak with the students and get them to think otherwise. So he's been inspiring young minds to think differently, to lead with courage, and to live with purpose. So bringing Thinkation back to you, let me not say bringing it back because the other one was Kingsmen. Then we didn't have an Ubong King Foundation. So bringing Thinkation for the first time to you is both a continuation and a homecoming. So it's a way of saying that the vision lives on, that Akwa Ibom is not just forgotten, and that the Ubong King Foundation is still committed to transforming lives, even though he may not be here physically, but his spirit lives on. His ideals, his vision continues to speak. So right from the land where the dream began, we decided that okay, let's have that in honor of all the things that I've said. So we are coming home to reignite the fire. We are coming home to honor the legacy, and we are coming home to reinvent the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am,
You're
for
welcome.
your vibrant response. I mean, I love listening to you. I cannot lie. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you much to Sir David Zuri as well for the question. Please, I'm going to make a little request. For some reasons, I think X is rugging this evening, and I cannot bring up more people without putting some people down. So if you've asked a question already, please, I might just make room for someone else to ask a question. Please, no offense, please. For now, I think we have a question from Merch Hunter. So go ahead, ask your question, make it brief, and you'll get a vibrant response from the lady of the day.
All right. Thank you, host. Thank you, Loverman, for bringing up this event, and also our speaker for the day. Well done,
Thank
ma.
you.
I've been following Ubong King's programs from my little space. So yes, my question
Thank
is
you.
this. So basically, I usually have this fear of
Mm-hmm.
when I have a plan, I put it out there. I usually have this fear of not having or not anticipating some setbacks. So my question is, how do you model your contingency plan? Do you have? How do you model it in such a way that even if what the worst could happen actually happen beyond your list of what the worst can happen, you guys still have a way of having a plan that can just take care of issues like that? So that's my question. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm not sure I quite get that answer. Are you saying that, for instance, we have a plan and then we are not anticipating that it will fail, and then something happens and that plan doesn't quite go as we thought it would? Is that what you're asking? I
Yes,
need clarity on
yes,
your question.
yeah, that is what I'm asking.
Okay, yeah, I know that in spite of everything, sometimes we plan, we think that we've dotted the I's, we've crossed the T's, and everything is going to be perfect. But you can never, sometimes you can anticipate, sometimes you may not even anticipate, and things happen. All of a sudden, everything that can go wrong goes wrong. I believe that in moments like that, you have to be quickly thinking on your feet And especially, like I say, is my favorite saying that no tree makes a forest. There's just so much you can do alone. I believe that in planning for the things that you want to do, you have a team of people around you. And if there's an unexpected contingency, you quickly get your team together to quickly deliberate on what can we quickly do next. There's always a plan B. It may not be the perfect plan, but once that happens and you engage your thinking, it, like Ubong King used to believe that there's something he used to say all the time, that the only way to get out of trouble is for you to get into the trouble. And people used to wonder, what does that mean? How can you get into trouble in order to come out of trouble? But honestly, the moment you get into trouble for something you had been planning that quickly turns 360 degrees different, and you engage your critical thinking processes, you always think your way out of that situation. And if you don't have clarity and you have a good team around you, somebody could suggest a solution that will jumpstart your own thinking and help you to see a way out. So that's what I would say in answer to that. Because at the Ubong King Foundation, I work with a team of incredible people. I'm not just the one doing everything. I have a team of people. If I'm not anticipating trouble in a particular direction, somebody could ask a question that will make me think in that direction. And so that way I have the benefit of the minds of brilliant minds. Maybe let's say we are 10 in the team. I have the benefit of 10 minds thinking together with me. There's no way we won't come up with a solution that is workable. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, Merchanta, for that question. Thank you, ma'am, for your response. Like I always say, I
You're
got
welcome.
another nugget from you, but let's keep it. I think we have more questions coming up, and we have just about 10 minutes to the end of the space. So we're going to give room to Vida Forex Brenry to ask her question.
Good evening, ma'am. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. My name is
Yeah.
Eddie Jong Abia Esquire. I
Okay.
want to commend you and salute the dream of your late husband. It's good that
Thank you.
people get to dream, and it's also good that people get to see their dream come out and come through. So I salute you for having to carry this dream to
Thank
light
you.
and bringing
Thank
it to
you.
light. Thank you so much. I
You're
commend
welcome.
the host of the space, the Cocoon. Thank you for having me. I salute my bosses in the house. Good evening. Please, ma'am, I want to ask a question. Do you have a solid legal team backing this 2026 vision?
Okay, Thinkation is supported by the main business, which is Protection Plus, and at Protection Plus, we have in short, we have two strong legal people who are available to us at a call. So yes, in that regard, I would say yes, that we do. We have legal people that we can always reach out to.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
And also, in this light, I would love to join in the legal team because I'm a big fan of dreams, and I believe that
Okay.
regardless, dreams are meant to come through. I
Mm-hmm.
see your fire, and I'm willing to support in any which way I can. So,
Oh, thank
willingly,
you,
I
thank
volunteer to
you.
be a legal partner in this dream. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. God bless you. Let's talk in camera.
All right,
Thank
Mama.
you.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
God bless you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Amen. Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We have about 9 minutes to go. I don't know if we have any other question from anybody down here. Well, if we don't, I think I have one or two more questions for you, ma'am. I don't know if you still have
Okay.
time.
Go ahead. I'm here for you.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
Um, just because this lady has brought up, I mean, having to partner and also contribute her bit to the success of Thinkation. For the sake of people here, is there a way? I mean, like, is there a volunteer group or any way for someone who is willing to contribute their quota to the success of Thinkation 2026?
Yes, sure. We have a vibrant volunteer team on WhatsApp we've had for years. And we are going to be rolling out banners shortly asking for more volunteers in different areas. So, yes, there are different WhatsApp groups for volunteers. And honestly, I would say that what our volunteer team does has really helped in spreading the word about Thinkation, the Thinkation gospel out there. We have a very formidable volunteer group, and we welcome more people to volunteer.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you, thank you very much, ma'am.
you're welcome.
Also, I mean, like, as we are preparing for Thinkation 2026,
Mhm.
is there something you are most excited for? I mean, something you're looking up to during the event.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, let me announce it. Akwa Ibom State is my state, and I'm genuinely excited because Thinkation 2026 is coming home, and my mind is leaping with joy that we have an opportunity to bring this event home. Because it's not just another edition. It's not, I need to emphasize this. It's a fulfillment of Ubong King's dream to one day host Thinkation in his home state. And he has a legacy team that is working to ensure that this comes to pass, even in his absence. There's something that he used to say all the time, that loyalty is unto death. And he raised a team of young, vibrant lions that are ready to put in their all to ensure that this event doesn't die. So I'm very excited. And there's something deeply moving about seeing that vision finally come to life. And his spirit and legacy live on in every young person whose mindset is being transformed through this platform. So I can't wait to see the lives that will be touched, the ideas that will be born, and the sparks of greatness that will be ignited in Uyo. And I promise you, this edition is going to be bigger, it's going to be bolder, it's going to be deeply significant. It's going to be our ninth edition, by the way, and it's a celebration of purpose, it's a celebration of resilience, and it's a celebration of the homecoming. So yes, I'm excited because Thinkation 2026 isn't just happening in Uyo, it is happening in history. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. My co-host Global Man got some network issues for a minute, and he's back.
Oh,
I think he must have
okay.
something to say.
Okay.
Sorry, I have been battling with network. So I think Hustle Pay wants to say something. We'll give him the floor, then I'll go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for accepting the mic. GM, everyone, nice to be here. I've been listening since I came in here. The course is quite educating, and I want to really appreciate those that were speaking when I came in here, ranging from the host, the co-host, and everyone here, even the listeners. I greet everyone. So, Mama,
Thank you.
this shout out goes to you, especially.
Oh, thank
Um,
you.
One of the things you said is that, like a quote from someone, Ubong King, if I got that correctly, he said something like,
Mm-hmm.
"You need to get into trouble to be able to get
Mm.
out of that." And
Yeah, the only way to come out of trouble is to enter that trouble.
yeah, thanks for the correction. So I really heard you said
Mm.
that, and that's my major reason coming here. But I was also
Okay.
invited to come and say one or two things. But I just want to touch that.
Okay.
I want to repeat that what you said, and I want to use myself as an example that I am one of the person that like thinking, and
Mm-hmm.
after thinking, I'm able to come up with idea that will help me. Do you understand? So, and sometimes for me to get the result I am looking for in a short period of time, it's when I'm in in the lowest states, right? That give me that push
Mm.
that like it's like as if I don't do it, I will die. So I have no other
Mm.
option than to, when that lowest state is what you refer to as getting to the trouble. So already in the
Mm-hmm.
trouble. So my way forward is either you get out of here or you die in here. So in that state,
Mm.
in that situation, that's where I usually get breakthrough sometimes or most of the
Mm.
time because I can learn so fast. Because why? I am in the trouble already. My only option is to
Yes.
get out of it or I die with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll try my
Mm.
best as much as possible to learn as quick as possible to be sure that I'm out of the trouble. So
Mm.
it's a very nice word and it's a very nice quote. And I must say that I am one of the good example of that particular quote. It is in me. I learn very
Oh.
fast when I'm in that kind of situation. Because if I don't do it,
Mm.
if I don't get out of it, it's either I'm dying or I move out of it. So that
Mm.
is why I usually learn very fast when it comes to that kind of situation. So it was a nice quote. So I have to repeat that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for
Yeah.
having me as well.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. God bless.
All right. Thank you, Hustle Pace. Thank you so much. Good to have you with us. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, so Boss Jerry Bon, I've seen your hand. Before you have the floor, I want to give a shout out to Queen Wealth. I've seen her here. Um, who else? I've seen Kene, Boss Kene. Thank you so much for coming. I've seen our CEO of Meta School. Thank you for joining the space with us. All right, so I will give in the floor to my very own boss, Jerry Bond. Let's hear from you, sir.
Yo, good evening, everybody. I'm super excited to be here. Good evening, Ma. I
Good
really,
evening.
the little time I've spent here, I really have learned so much.
Thank you.
Funny, I got to know Sir Ubong, I think not too long, and then he was no more. And I
Mm.
wish I knew him earlier because there's just so much and I would have
Yeah.
learned. But I believe there are certain people that maybe begin to touch lives even in
Yeah.
death. Yes.
Yeah.
And we can see that also with the death of Kirk. And you can see how the
Mm.
kind of wave that came after he died. So same thing with
Yeah.
Saubon. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Thank.
And I would
Thank
love
you.
to also be part of Thinkation. I don't know what the details are, but I will discuss that with Global Man so that I'll know. But I have a question
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
ma. Yeah, expectations are very important when people are attending such events. For you,
Mm-hmm.
that is standing in the front lines, and then for those that are coming to attend. And I would love to know what are the things, or what is that thing you want the participants that are coming for Thinkation to leave the program with? I know you have an expectation. You want to hear
Mm.
people testify that this actually happened, this. So if you can share that with us, ma, we really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Global Ma,
Okay.
for the mic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much for that question. And before I go into it, I'll say something about some of the indelible marks that he has left on the lives of young Nigerians before I go into your question proper. I can confidently say that the Ubong King Foundation, through Thinkation, which is our flagship event, has left an indelible mark on the lives of young Nigerians and Africans at large. So over the years, we've received countless testimonies from young people, testimonies that are not audio, testimonies that you can actually see, feel, and touch from young people within and beyond Nigeria, from Ghana, Benin Republic, outside Africa. People that have shared how Thinkation has reshaped their mindset, how it has ignited purpose for them, and how it has transformed their lives. And one of the most remarkable stories is that of a young man who came from Ghana. I think that was I can't remember the year, and he was able to connect with Ubong King, who personally mentored him. He first attended Thinkation, I can't remember the year. I think it was maybe 2019 or thereabouts. And he absorbed the lessons, because it's one thing for people to come and listen to the phenomenal sessions, but putting it into action is another thing. And I think that's where a lot of people fall short. So this young man took those lessons and he ran with them. Over time, his growth has been phenomenal. In just a few short years, his growth has been phenomenal. And he has built a strong personal brand. He has become a voice of influence in his field. And now he's coming back to Thinkation. He's not coming as an attendee. He's coming as a speaker to share his story, because on that platform, we are careful about the people we invite to the platform. We are careful about the stories. We must vouch your story. We don't want, for instance, people who have stolen from government to come and stand there and be telling tall tales. No, we want people who have actually built with integrity. So he's coming back to speak to the young people about his story. You hear it from him directly. So that's a powerful picture of impact, from being a mentee to a mentor, from being a listener to a leader. And then there's another story that deeply touches all of us at the foundation. There's this young man that came from Benin Republic. I think that was Thinkation of last year. Yeah. He came from Benin Republic and he has been following Thinkation online for years, but he has never attended in person. So when he came, he finally experienced Thinkation firsthand. He told us that he had looked forward to meeting Dr. Ubong. He didn't realize that he had passed. He thought he was still alive, that when he comes, he will come and meet him. And that moment was deeply emotional for all of us at the foundation. And is a testament to how far Ubong King's influence has traveled. So since then, he hasn't missed a single edition. I tell you, he has already reached out and asked us to reserve his hotel room in Uyo ahead of Thinkation 2026. So stories like that remind us that Thinkation is not just a conference, it's a movement and it's a living legacy. We've seen people move from dependency to productivity, from potential to purpose, because potential is not enough. And that, to me, is the truest measure of success. So yes, we have more than enough bragging rights, not in pride, but in gratitude for the lives that have been changed by this platform. We've seen young people rise to become real estate moguls. One of them, I was jokingly telling him that, look, we are going to send you a sponsorship letter. You have to sponsor. You have to be one of our sponsors. And he laughed and he said, Mama, no problem, that we should send it to him. So we have trailblazers. We have people launching innovative enterprises and creating opportunities for other people, which is the heartbeat of Thinkation. So if there's one thing that I would love people to leave this event with, is this: Ubong King was a young man that God literally raised from the dunghills of life to the heights he attained before he passed. He understood what it meant to start from nothing, to face rejection, and to fight through life's hardest seasons. And that's why he became so passionate about young people. He wanted every young person to know that where you start is not where you have to stay. You may start somewhere, you may start down there, but you don't have to stay there. And he believed deeply that anything conceivable is achievable, that if you can think it, work for it, and believe in it, you can become it. So that conviction became the heartbeat of Thinkation, to challenge limiting beliefs, to awaken potential, and raise a new generation of Africans who think, who build, and lead with purpose. So when we talk about continuing his legacy, it's not just about keeping his name alive, it's about keeping his message alive, that greatness can rise from anywhere, and that the size of your dream is never the problem, only the size of your belief. So that's what I want people who attend that event to leave the program with, to live with the mindset of possibilities, to live, having their paradigms challenged. Those are some of the results that we want to see from this platform. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Boss Jerry
You're
Bond.
welcome.
Thank you so much,
All
Ma.
right.
You
Thank
actually
you,
answered that
everybody.
question and gave me more deeper insights. Thank you so much. I really appreciate
You're
it. God
welcome.
bless you, Ma.
You're
Yes, Ma.
welcome. Amen.
All right. So I think at this point we would call it a wrap, because I think the questions will never stop coming. But then, for as much people as have been enlightened tonight about the whole vision of Thinkation, and would really love to be a part of it. Like we all know, Thinkation is going to be hosted in Uyo next year, 2026. So I would use this means to say this is our thing for those of us in the Akwa Ibom axis, and those that are not, you can still be a part of it. We have Ibom Air, they will bring you down to Akwa
Yes,
Ibom
so
safely. So, so for all the tech communities that are here, I would use this opportunity to appeal that we join in, all hands on deck, and make this event our own event.
Thank you.
As we know, times like this where the market is crashing and a lot of us are crying low key. I'm even happy that some of us could make our time to come here, even with the pains we are going through.
Thank you, everyone.
But then, beyond the profits, beyond the candlesticks and NFTs and the rest, we need to make sure that our minds are channeled aright. So invite your communities, let them come in and get blessed, get connected. We're going to be having some really high value people come speak to us. Before I go, I would give a shout out to Boss Alvin. I've seen you here. Uimo.tai, I think you were here too. I've also seen the Ubong King Foundation account is here. So truly, Ubong King lives on. He's here with us, as we can see. So, my host, I don't know if there's anything else you have to say before we call it a day.
Nothing much. Just sincere thanks to our special guest. Thanks to you, my co-host, as well. Thanks to the last. It is actually the first of many, and I urge each and every one of us to come around whenever we have such spaces. It is going to be very, very educative for all of us, and in the long run, when the time comes, I hope to see each and every one of us at Thinkation2026. Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Have a beautiful evening to everyone. Just before we go, I'd like us to know that the voice behind the Cocoon's account is NF Prince. Cheers. See you all on the next space.
Thank you very much.
All right. Before we rock this place, NF Prince, please. I also want to add that we are going to be having a build up to Thinkation2026. So we're going to be having some other spaces. So I just want to put this out there so that everyone has something to anticipate and to be part of. There are a lot of other key people in the Ubong King Foundations that we are also going to be bringing up at different intervals. So please, let's all stay active, and please do well to follow the Cocoon account. Follow yes. So before that, let me also give a shout out to all my co-founders of the Cocoon. Like, the voice behind the account is NF Prince. Web3 Boy is here. Web3 Bully is here. Those are the co-founders of the Cocoon, and myself as well. So thank you all for coming out. Thank you to the Cocoon team for always putting out value, giving us the best. So yes. Mr. Lowell, thank you so much. I see you. I would really want all of us to work together to make Thinkation2026 a massive one. Emphasis on massive.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys.